Food is what a dog eats, or a tourist.
Being a chef means you have an indelible taste for what gourmet food is all about. You spend hours in the kitchen toiling and creating recipes to blow people away. And that is the exact opposite of everything that fast food stands for. So it might come as a surprise when you know that chefs, including celebrity ones, actually frequent fast food chains. So let's uncover 10 fast foods that celebrity chefs actually love.
Oh my God.
Gordon Ramsay.
Bloody hell, I mean, that's what I call a burger.
Chefs really seem to love In-N-Out. This is a trend you'll notice in this video. But let's get started with the most infamous chef of them all, Gordon Ramsay. A quote from the master chef himself declares his unbiased love for all things In-N-Out. People think Americans are obese and burgers are bad for them. They are delicious. In-N-Out burgers were extraordinary. I was so bad. I sat in the restaurant, had my double cheeseburger, then minutes later I drove back round and got the same thing again to take away.
I love In-N-Out Burger, honestly.
While Chef Ramsay is famous for his colorful insults and tirades, clearly he has a soft spot for this West Coast burger institution. Like most of us who've been to In-N-Out, Gordon Ramsay even enjoys himself some of In-N-Out's not-so-secret menu options. Back in 2011, Gordon tweeted, "An amazing In-N-Out burger animal style. That's the secret," stating his affection for the animal style variation of the classic In-N-Out burger, which is indeed amazing. Gordon also sides with everyone's main complaint about In-N-Out, their locations, or lack thereof. In-N-Out is essentially exclusive to the West Coast of the United States, to everyone's dismay, including Gordon Ramsay. He was quoted as saying, "I wish that they were set up in London, because if there's one thing I miss flying out of LA, it's an In-N-Out burger."
Trust me, that is a burger to die for.
Justin Warner.
I'm a cook, I guess, by trade, but also a Marvel fan.
Justin Warner is no ordinary celebrity chef. He's also an author. He wrote The Laws of Cooking and How to Break Them, which gives us a glimpse of the man's psyche. He also appeared on Food Network Star and won it. But what really distinguishes Warner is his online show with Marvel. Apparently, the chef is a Marvel fan, and he enjoys nothing more than creating meals inspired by the Marvel Universe.
I hope they remember you.
His show, Eat the Universe, is a hit among people with even the faintest interest in that particular universe. And that's all fine and dandy. But where does Warner like to dine when he's not creating fictional meals for the superheroes? He likes to eat at Wendy's. And when you ask him why Wendy's, he sighs and waxes lyrical. As it happens, Warner loves the Frosty and Junior Bacon cheeseburger that Wendy's is famous for. He admits that every time he and his girlfriend hit the road, this is where they eat. He considers it quality fast food. We certainly aren't going to argue. This is a guy who's rubbed shoulders with and fed the superheroes who have saved the world many times over. So we'll take him at his word. And gladly. And Wendy could be considered somewhat of a superhero herself, since she already has an iconic costume.
We're just like Kevin Bacon.
Guy Fieri.
Hey everybody, I'm Guy Fieri and we're rolling out.
Fieri is a famous name and face across many TV networks. He's a restaurateur, author, and show host. He also won an Emmy. He's practically become the face of the Food Network. This guy exudes charm and charisma, and his presence in any show makes it fun to watch. As a young man, he sold pretzels and washed dishes to make money to go to France. After his return, he got a degree from the University of Nevada in hotel management. So his love for restaurants started from the top, the management level, if you will. He had his own TV show in 2006 after winning the next Food Network star and hasn't looked back since. He's a passionate fan of In-N-Out, and he's not the only one.
In-N-Out truck's coming in 10 minutes.
Many of the celebrity chefs on this list like the chain. For Fieri, though, it's all about growing up around the food chain. Many of his best memories from his early life happened in or around In-N-Out, and that makes all the difference later in life. Many of us return to the nostalgic tastes of our youth, heading back to where mom or dad took you out as a kid, or where you and your friends hung out as teenagers, sharing one order of fries and a drink between all of you, brings back fond memories. So no matter how big and famous a chef you are, it looks like there will always be a spot for certain fast food treats.
That's like one of the best memories of all time.
Kent Rathbun.
Hey, my name is Kent Rathbun, and I'm the executive chef of Abacus and Jasper's Restaurant.
Kent Rathbun is a famous name all over Texas, not just because he's a celebrity chef, but also because he owns several restaurants there. He owns the upscale restaurant Abacus, which was voted as the most popular dining outlet in Dallas in 2007. Rathbun also owns Jasper's and the burger place Hickory. The chef also made his culinary skills known across the nation when he appeared on Iron Chef America. Rathbun carried an elk on his shoulder like it was nothing. It's considered one of the finest moments of that show ever. So when a chef of his ilk decides to eat casual, what does he do? He goes to Taco Bell, of course. But why Taco Bell in particular? Well, as it turns out, the Iron Chef champ enjoys food made to order, and Taco Bell is famous for doing just that. You order it, you get it. Hard and soft Taco Supreme is his favorite food, and he likes it with extra spicy sauce. When Rathbun is not in Taco Bell, you'll find him in Popeyes. He goes there for their spicy fried chicken with dirty rice and a biscuit. So if you're in Texas and you spot someone who looks familiar going into one of these fast food outlets, yes, it could just be Kent Rathbun. Celebrity chef or not, it looks like everyone has a craving for some fast food every now and then.
My dreams are much more simple and taco related. Am I in the right commercial?
Tyson Cole.
Are we live? We're live.
Another Texan who comes from modest backgrounds and went on to capture the heart of the nation. Tyson Cole's first experience in the kitchen was in front of the sink, washing dishes. From such humble beginnings, Cole rose to fame and success with sheer talent and will. Waiting for his chance, he took advantage of a staff shortage in the Japanese kitchen where he was working and offered his services as a sushi chef. The rest, as they say, is history. Cole won the Best New Chef Award from Food and Wine magazine in 2005. He also appeared on Iron Chef America and won the James Beard Award for Best Chef Southwest. So when a sushi cook likes to eat out, where does he go? To Chipotle, of course. When he's there, Cole likes to order the burrito bowl. The reason is quite simple. The chef likes corn with any food he eats. The bowl is full of fresh ingredients and tastes very different than all the Japanese dishes he prepares all day. So what's in that bowl exactly? Well, he likes to mix chicken with tomato salsa, adds romaine and corn, and eats it with brown rice. It's just the spicy mix Cole likes to get his creative juices flowing.
Do you know why? Because people like to say salsa.
Chris Shea.
Chris.
Good morning.
Good morning. We love the Wayfarer.
Chris Shea is another chef who clawed his way to the heights of the culinary world from humble beginnings. At the age of 12, he was delivering food for Frank's Market in Washington Heights. If you think this would put him off working in the food industry, you don't know much about Shea. The tenacious teen attended the Institute of Culinary Education and soon found himself neck deep in the New York culinary scene.
It was stupid of me to ever dream of becoming a chef.
He appeared on season 5 of Top Chef and dazzled the judges with his culinary prowess. In 2011, Shea accepted a position at David Burke Kitchen as executive chef and recently moved to the Wayfarer, also as an executive chef. Every now and then, the chef likes to leave the bustling kitchen behind him and head out to a fast food restaurant to relax. One might think chefs would prepare a gourmet dish for themselves when they want to chill, but not Shea. He finds peace and pleasure munching on what Dunkin' Donuts has to offer. His favorite orders are cookie dough swirled iced coffee and a chocolate frosted donut. It has become a habit for him. Before a long, hard day at the kitchen, he digs into a sugary treat that keeps him going.
Dunkachino?
Don't mind if I do.
David Posey.
I'm David Posey from Blackbird Restaurant.
Like many other chefs on this list, Posey started his love affair with the kitchen at a very young age. But Posey started at his mom's kitchen when he was 10. Rather than tell him to leave her alone and go play outside, David's mom encouraged him. He took his first kitchen job while in high school and enjoyed the hectic demands of the stressing job.
High school is my life.
Some people get high on adrenaline, and Posey was one of them. He felt the kitchen was his right right place. He attended the Culinary Institute of America in Hyde Park, New York, and later moved to Chicago, where he worked under Grant Achatz. He learned to always push the boundaries in the kitchen and pay extra attention to detail. He was nominated for Rising Star Chef by the James Beard Foundation 2 years in a row, in 2013 and 2014. His fast food place of choice is In-N-Out. His favorite order is a double-double animal style with well-done fries and a half Coke. He likes the hamburger in Chicago, and it reminds him a lot of the food he had growing up in California. He also likes the fries at the In-N-Out because they're crisp. We like crisp fries too, only if we knew how to make them as good as In-N-Out does.
It's like Christmas in my mouth. Meet Christmas.
Martha Stewart.
You just have fun with it.
I just have fun talking.
Martha Stewart is too famous to be introduced, but we'll do our best here. She's had a long and illustrious life, and she's going strong. Her life was not devoid of controversy, though. As a businesswoman branching out, she found herself on the wrong side of the law when she was charged with insider trading. The charges landed her in jail, and everybody expected that would be the end of her business empire.
The first thing you'll need is a shank.
But a year later, she made a comeback and her business has flourished ever since. Stewart has written many cooking books and likes to grow her own veggies, which tells you something about her lifestyle and way of cooking. So you wouldn't expect her to be stepping into a fast food restaurant, but actually she does. She likes In-N-Out. Now, if you have watched any of her shows or read any of her cooking books, you'll notice an emphasis on fresh ingredients and healthy food. So what does she think of In-N-Out, a fast food chain that puts taste over health choices? Martha doesn't mince her words and thinks the food served there is okay. Not the enthusiastic endorsement one would expect, but at least she's being honest.
I'm swimming in my own soylent waste. It's a good thing.
Anthony Bourdain.
I have the best job in the world.
A lot has been written about Anthony Bourdain. The man was a giant among chefs and TV hosts. He was a successful author who did not just write about cooking, but authored novels that took place in and around the kitchen. He was best known for his candid opinions when trying out different foods. He's traveled the world over, chasing the next exotic dish in the far corners of the globe. His travels had taken him to places not normally featured on TV.
All of the things I need for happiness.
But the affable chef knew how to win people over with his charm and sincere curiosity. He dined with heads of state and the guy in the street. He was his natural self with both. That episode of his show, Eating with Barack Obama in Vietnam, has aired many times on CNN. We've mentioned in a previous video that Bourdain hated the food served on airplanes. And since the guy traveled a lot, almost 7 months of the year, you can imagine what he went through. Of course, he traveled first class, and the food served was the best you could get on a plane, but that didn't help much. Bourdain preferred not to eat during the flight no matter how long it took. But if Bourdain hated plane food, what did he like? In-N-Out. He loved the burgers there so much they became his true guilty pleasure. Although, as this list shows, he definitely wasn't alone when it comes to loving In-N-Out.
Hang on, there's a bumper.
Julia Child.
Bon appetit!
Julia Child was no stranger to controversy herself. Maybe not on the same level as Martha Stewart, but Child was outspoken and didn't mince her words. When she liked something, she was unapologetic. She also single-handedly introduced French cuisine to the masses and brought it into the mainstream. But when it comes to fast food, that's when Child was at her loudest and proudest. She preferred more than just one fast food chain, although In-N-Out took the prize. When she went out of town, she was always checking the nearest outlets of the franchise. That's love and dedication. But in reality, Child loved many burger joints. Her heart had enough space for McDonald's and Burger King, among others. It's not just the burgers, but the fries as well. But seeing as the chef didn't really have a favorite chain and liked different kinds of burger joints, this leads us to believe that her passion for fast food was diverse and varied.
Who's going to know?
It's something about the satisfying quality of the fast food business that attracts the celebrity chef, rather than a certain aspect of a specific brand. When asked to name the best fast food joint, Child refused to give a definite answer. Instead, she talked about what she liked about each franchise. She wasn't just being polite or diplomatic. Child had a deep passion for the fast food industry and didn't shy away from making that passion known.
What is it that you really like to do? Eat.
Satisfy your fast food craving with another Babble Top video. Just tap that screen. And if you're new to our channel, show us some love. Hit that subscribe button and ring that bell to join our notification squad.